In this video, I want to talk to y'all on why y'all should keep posting on YouTube, even if you get low views on your channel. I'm not going to waste y'all time. Let's jump into it. And as always, I have my notes to keep myself organized, but I'm using my phone to film this video, so I have my notes here so I can keep myself organized, because y'all know I like to ramble. But first things first, it's literally preparing you for a breakthrough. You're filming videos, and let's say, for instance, you're not getting that many views. Let's say you're getting 50, maybe 10, maybe 20, maybe 5. And I know this can be tough. I know, I've been there. I've personally been there. But let me tell you something. It's preparing you for what's coming. You get 5 views on your channel. I'm telling you, that's 5 people that took the time out the day to watch your video. You're getting 10, you're getting 20. You got to understand something. One is getting you prepared and comfortable with those reps. I know it's tough. I personally have experienced it. I've gotten low views on my channel. Look back at my old videos. I've experienced it. But let me tell you something. I stay grounded. I prepare myself because I know a breakthrough was coming. I'm personally gotta tell myself I gotta improve on talking to the camera. I gotta improve on how I talk. I gotta improve how I do my scripts for my hook. How am I gonna pace myself? How I'm gonna title the video? How I'm making thumbnails? There's so many things that you could do in the midst of this breakthrough. You know, every video is a test of what's coming, and it's preparing you. Every video is not going to give you, you're not going to get every video viral every time. And I understand that could be tough. You know, there's some people who are talented at doing that, but at the same time, you got to be real with yourself. If you're still in this low view, I guess you would say, dynamic, the only way you can get better is practicing, preparing, improving yourself, and also being constructive on yourself. Let's say, for instance, you kind of stutter in videos. I do that too, but I'll leave it in there. It's preparing me to improve. I personally have sat here in this car, or in a car, or walking, and talked to the camera for a year straight. You gotta prepare yourself for that. Your breakthrough's on its way. If you don't practice, how are you gonna get better? And the first thing to think to yourself is like, yo, I got a breakthrough. I'm on my way to what's next. Like, I'm literally thinking to myself, I gotta, even though I'm going through this adversity, there's peaks and valleys on YouTube. Everything is not gonna always be 1 million views, 1,000 views, 100,000, whatever it may be. And in this portion of this experience, you gotta humble yourself. Like, you know what? I gotta think to myself, you know what? I got 500 people that watch my video. I got 300 people that watch my video. I got 10 people that I didn't know watch my videos. And I tell y'all, and I've talked about this in the past, humble yourself. I had to check myself, when I was starting out. Let's move on to the next one, y'all. The next one is huge. It's passion. You got to have that passion. Even though you're going through a setback, or even though you're not getting views on your videos and they low. But either way, somebody's watching them. Somebody's watching your videos, but you got to still have that passion. You can't sit here and say to yourself, I'm gonna be negative about the fact that I'm getting low views on my channel. Because what's gonna happen through this camera, people gonna see that. People gonna be looking at you like, why he look like that? I'm gonna click off the video. What's the point of me watching it? Right? You get what I'm saying? I gotta understand there's people, even though you think there's nobody watching, there's people watching. You clicked on this video. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep your passion. You got to keep that authority. You got to tell yourself, you know what? It's all right. I'm going to sit here chest up, positive. I'm going to talk through authority when I'm filming these videos. I'm going to be optimistic. You get what I'm saying? Change your attitude. It will change your altitude. If you got low views, you got to have that passion and say, you know what? That's fine. I started here and I'm trying to get there. If I let a setback hinder me from growing, how would I improve? You have to keep posting and be passionate while you're doing it, or else people are gonna unsubscribe. They're gonna be like, people come on YouTube because they want to take a break. They want to learn something. They want to be inspired. They want to laugh. They want all those things. But if you're gonna be like, oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. They're not gonna want to watch. And it's the truth. And even though you're getting low views, when you start to get views or subscribers or whatever it is, then how will you entertain them? Because you're in this old country song. You got to understand something. It takes time. You have to have passion. You got to be passionate in yourself. You got to think about it. In the midst of this, you're trying to improve. But if you're negative and you have this vibe, this passion, the passion, that fire is not there, that passion is not there, what's gonna happen? You know, and I understand there's so many things happening in your life. I get it. But when you turn on this camera, you gotta be that authority figure. You got subscribers already. You letting them down. You gotta keep that passion. You gotta keep posting the content, even though I know it's tough. I know you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, damn, man, I did this video. I worked so hard. I edited. I did the thumbnail. I did all the things. I searched the keywords. I did all the things I needed to do, but I'm not getting any views. Still keep that passion. Remember, this channel or those channels that you're doing are a representation of who you are. And those subscribers who clicked and did so, you're going to let them down. You got to understand that. You got to keep posting even though you're getting low views. I know it's tough. I know all these things are happening in your life. I know that you look at those boxes. I know you go into YouTube Studio, you click the little box and you see 10 out of 10. You see the arrows going down. I've experienced it before. I know the feeling. Y'all. But let me tell you something. You are able to create something big. I'm filming this on my phone. You got to understand something. I'm filming this on my phone. It don't take much. All you got to do is just think about it. You know how many people, and I promise you, y'all probably have some really good cameras, some really good phones, and you know how many people want those things? And you turn on the camera and you're like, oh, it's me. I'm making a video. No, you got to keep that passion. Let's move on to the next one, man. Let's move on to the next one. We powering through. The next one is you got to be resilient. You gotta have that resiliency, man. Let me tell you, this is not a sprint. YouTube is not a sprint. I'm telling you, and so is everything. I know it's the tortoise in the hare. The tortoise is ugly, but he always finishes the race. I know there's millions of people on YouTube. You're not in the race with them. You in the race within yourself. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have doubt, I have fear. I had this feeling that, you know what, I'm not doing good. And you know what? Because you want to be great. We all want to be great. We want to create great videos. We want to do all these things. But at the same time, you got to tell yourself, you got to be resilient. Even though it's slow, you got to keep moving. You got to keep going. You got to keep posting the content. You know, and I understand breaks are needed. I don't take breaks before. You know what I'm saying? I done took breaks before, and breaks can repair tons of things, you know? But at the same time, you got to be resilient. You're going to say, even though you're not making videos, work out ways to improve. You sit down and improve. Practice reading your script. Practice talking to the camera. Practice doing all these things that you would normally do when you're making videos, or even consume content around your niche so you can get an idea, be inspired. Maybe go for a walk. I know these things sound so simple, but let me tell you something. Listen to me very closely, y'all. Listen to me very closely. These are things that I do personally. Everything I talk about my channel, this is from my life. You know, this is 24/7, 365. I can't turn this off. This is my life. I'm talking about me and my journey. And then this is why I started the channel. And you got to think about it. Why did you start the channel? You got to ask yourself your why. The only way you can figure out where you're going is why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Change your attitude. It will change your altitude. Let's move on to the next one. And before we do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe. We are on our way to 10K, y'all. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. It is tremendous. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe. I appreciate you. Let's move on to the next one. And the next one is consistency, man. And I talk about this in almost every other video. And if you don't know that already, man, let me tell you something. Let me introduce you to consistency. I know with consistency, you gotta build that stamina, that endurance. You gotta know that it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard work. If it was easy, everybody be on here making videos. You're doing this because you said to yourself, you sat down. You know what's funny, and I always bring up this quote. We want to make guarantees. We want people to make guarantees to us, but we can't make guarantees to ourselves. Not for real. I'm gonna tell you. We want people to make guarantees to us, but we can't make guarantees to ourselves. We said to ourselves, we're gonna make videos. We said to ourselves, we want to make a channel. We said to ourselves that we were gonna be a YouTuber. Now when it's time to do YouTuber things, what happens? You gotta be consistent, even through the low views. You gotta be consistent. You gotta show up. You know what I'm saying? You know, you go to You go to a store, you buy something, 14 days, you know, you can return anything. And hear me out, I'm going somewhere with this analogy. You can return. If you don't like what's going on with the camera or the product you buy, you can return it. But you never demanded that from yourself. When you say to yourself, I'm gonna stop, I'm not making the videos, I'm not improving on the camera, I'm not getting better at talking to the camera, I'm not showing up for my audience, guess what happens? You're not being consistent. And that's you gotta have the consistency, y'all. You gotta show up for yourself. You literally need to show up for yourself. You need to go back to the store with the receipt and make the guarantee to yourself and be consistent. Show up. Get better. Because if you're not only letting yourself down, you're letting them down. The people that you done promised and told them that you were going to turn around and make the videos and be consistent. You got to remember, you got friends, you got family, you letting them down. Oh, you were doing YouTube, what happened? You letting them down. You got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. In the next one, man, you got to really believe. You got to believe in yourself. Like, I believe in myself. I know no matter what, when I say to myself, I'm doing something, I'm gonna be I have the discernment that I'm gonna say I'm gonna show up every single every single day. Even if it's not making a video every single day, it's every single day when I say I'm gonna do something, on the back end, I'm thinking about it. I think about you guys when you talk about your stories, your experiences, the fact that you can't be consistent, the fact that you're trying, the fact that you have stopped, you had experiences with family, you want to change, you want to save money, you want to invest money, you want to do things with YouTube money, you want to do all these things, and it's not about money, it's also fulfillment. But at the same time, you listen to me, y'all, listen to me very carefully. You have to believe in yourselves, man. You have to believe. You got to show up for yourself. Even when people have that doubt in you that you're not doing something, you gotta believe in yourself, man. You have to. You have to. And the last one, man, and I know this whole thing, and this is how we get people in the door. And you gotta worry about packaging it up. You know what I'm saying? The videos, the thumbnails, the hooks, the titles. You know what I'm saying? All these things together. If there's no passion in the title, there's no passion in the hook, there's no passion in the thumbnail, there's none of that. There's no views. But at the same time, you got to think about it. Would I watch this video? The same way you go on your YouTube account and you say, yo, I'm going to go watch this video. I like this video. I'm going to watch it. Think about what compels you to click and apply that to your same channel and get people to reverse engineer and get them to click your video. That even if you're getting no views, that will help you say, you know what? I did all that I can to get people in the door. Whether it be that, think about your business. I talk about this every single time. Your business, this is you incorporated. You got to treat yourself as if you are in fact trying to get people in the door to buy your product, figuratively, of course. At the same time, if you don't package it, how are people gonna get in the door? Do me a favor, y'all. I know it's tough. I know getting low views on your channel, and because I've been there, it's tough. Comment down below, what are some things that you experienced and how you plan to change it? Are these things aligning with what you're trying to work on in your channel? Let me know, because I love to hear it. And if I miss anything, comment down below, let me know. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe. We are on our way, y'all, to 10K. We are on our way to 10K. And if it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be possible. I'll see y'all on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.